Alright, back from the supermarket. And as you can see, that's just my local store. We do have a couple of other ones within, another couple of minutes drive from each one. But they're all about the same stock levels in all of the stores. So today, all I was able to buy out of my shopping list was one loaf of bread. And that's because there wasn't very much bread that I buy on the shelf. Since the coronavirus started getting bad in December, end of December, start of January, we went on holidays end of January, start of February. And I went to the supermarket to get hand sanitizer to take with us because we were going on a boat cruise. And the only thing I was able to get at that time was this tiny little bottle of antibacterial spray, alcohol-free. Now that's good because my hands, I get eczema and I don't like alcohol products all over my hands because it stings like hell. So this is okay, but that was very expensive and there was only 2 left on the shelf when I went and bought these to go on holidays. Since then we've been back and we've all gone through all of February and now most of the way through March. Today is the 17th of March. It is a Tuesday. And, yeah, life is sort of different. One, we don't go out because of we're supposed to be social distancing ourselves from everybody. I didn't go to church on Sunday because the government was telling us it's not a good idea for groups of more than 500 people to gather. So my church suspended, church services. We've got hand soap at every single sink in my house now, and to wash hands, to make sure when we go outside or we go to the letterbox to get the mail, we can come back in and wash our hands. But if things do start to get a little worse, I'm a little bit more prepared than some other people that are just walking around. I have a facial mask. Now this is the mask that I use when I go urban exploring and there's mold and stuff like that in the air, which can be very bad for you. So I have one of these respirators. It's great. It's a mask. It does take the, if I can get it to come out. There we go. The RC203 mask filter, and it does say which way it does go into the face, in that direction, with this on top. Now you can actually also get little dust covers that go over the tops of these to help them, to keep these lasting longer. I do have a container of those that I usually do use when I am out and about in the urban exploring environment. But I have this to help me if it comes to the time where we have to wear masks and suits to go outside. Today was interesting because today I sold my car. It's now gone. We gave it a bye-bye. I gave it a wash yesterday and moved it up the drive, made sure it rolled and started and everything. It was perfect. But not for me. It needed to go, so that car went bye-bye. Now, Chris the Taste Tester is also behind the camera today.
G'day.
We've been asked to do a video... No, coronavirus. We've been asked to discuss coronavirus. Now, I've gone to the supermarket today, and I was only able to get one loaf of bread. The aisles of the supermarket, as you saw in the clip before, are completely decimated. Now, I haven't seen stock levels like this ever. Even when you've got store... Actually, no, the only time I've ever seen a store that empty is when I've been in a refurb of it and it's been a new store opening and there's nothing in the store. And we're laying the store out from ground up.
From ground up, yeah, that's right.
That's the only time I've ever seen a supermarket this empty. Most people in Australia have probably not seen a supermarket this empty unless you're around during war times and things weren't available.
We were lucky actually, Craig. We knew something was going to happen, so Craig went out before anybody panic bought. And we stocked just enough for a few months.
What we need, what we usually use and what we use.
So, and now everybody's panic buying and you can't get what we wanted. You can't get toilet roll. People are saying, oh, we can combat coronavirus with toilet roll. No, but you've got to go to the toilet.
Yes.
Boy, and you don't get newspapers these days to cut up.
No, but I did hear a prepper say, you know, use the yellow pages and let your fingers do the walking. So we've got old yellow pages on phone books.
Yeah, and it ain't your fingers that do the walking. Yeah, we've got yellow pages, but they're only tiny little thin things.
Nothing like the old phone books you used to get your A to Z and so A to K and L to Z, which were both this big. And then you also got that was a local directory. Then you also got the yellow pages, which was that size as well.
Yeah.
A to K and L to Z. You don't get those anymore. They just don't send them out. You don't get business or any of those directories.
One thing you won't see me in front of the camera just at the moment because I don't want to catch the virus. Well, you could catch it through the lens. I don't know.
No, you can't catch coronavirus through the lens.
Also, it's very hard for me to walk while I'm all wrapped up in my toilet rolls. I've got toilet rolls wrapped around everything, and it's very hard to move. Well, I watched what was on YouTube, so
yes.
The only thing I haven't got is a little tinfoil hat to put on the top of my head.
But we've got aluminium foil. You can use that. Make one.
Yeah, thank you.
So, for you, how much has the coronavirus interrupted your life? The way you do things.
My life, not at all, because
I would
being
say
disabled, I am housebound.
Yep, but are you still ordering things from China and everything at the moment?
No.
So
I'm looking more local content, like New South Wales, Queensland, that sort of stuff to buy things from.
Yep.
Unfortunately, they're more expensive.
Yep.
But no, I'm not looking for China.
You're not buying things from China at the moment?
No.
No. Same here. Usually I'm like I have been. I was buying lots of Wish items. That's actually was a free T-shirt as long as I paid for shipping. I've got that.
Yeah, not my size either.
I've also got a Nintendo Mini Wish knockoff that I'm still doing some reviews on. So I've cut down what I've usually bought. There's still one I need to buy, and I'm holding off at the moment from ordering from China, which is the Sony PlayStation Mini Wish cheapy nasty one. I haven't been able to order that because I didn't want to order it at the moment.
The trouble is, are they making things now that's going to have coronavirus in it when they send it out?
Well, coronavirus only lasts a certain amount of time.
14 days.
No, that's a person. That's how long it takes for a person to show symptoms. For what I understand, it's about a day or so.
Is that all?
That under a day that things can last on surfaces without being able to be transmitted. And the best way to kill bacteria is actually with UV light, the stuff that's out in the sun. So if you want to kill stuff, go stick it out in your lawn for a couple of days, and the UV stuff will get into it and kill it. Unless you've got those special UVC lights, which are the ones that the hospitals use to disinfect things that can't be washed. Well, for me, I don't go out as much as I have been. Usually I'm quite social out and about and all over the place.
And I give him a hard time if he does go out.
And today, the most out I've been today, actually the most I've been out in a couple of days, or like most of the week, is today to go to the supermarket and film what I needed to film for you guys, because you asked me.
Cesspool of coronavirus.
There's nothing on the shelves, so there was nothing for me to touch.
Doesn't matter. It's everywhere there.
Yeah. Well, that's what coronavirus has done to Australia. We're social distancing. If you're coming back from overseas, even if you are an Australian citizen from overseas, anywhere, you now have to self-isolate for 14 days. Football matches are now no longer going to be played with any fans on the stadiums. That's even if it goes ahead. They don't even know if it's going to go ahead. They had a problem with the women's cricket team that was doing the finals. Somebody at the MCG, the Melbourne Cricket Ground, which holds 100,000 people, had a person that had coronavirus there.
Well, we've got 90,000 people now with it.
And that means everybody that was sitting around him for the hours that they do take to play a cricket match, it's supposed to be 15 minutes close contact, and you can have got it.
But aren't we lucky that we are now living in an age where technology is here? We don't have to go out. We don't have to if we can't, like now, go out and meet. We can get online. I talked to my youngest son yesterday.
Yep, we did a video call.
Face.
We did a video
and
call.
He's up in Queensland.
Yep.
We can go anywhere in the world, face to face, on a computer, safely.
Yep.
And you're looking at us through the lens of a camera.
You're currently in Cranbourne, Victoria.
You won't catch what we. No, I'm not going to say what we've got. Oh,
not coronavirus.
On my throat. Okay, we joke about it a little bit. It's possibly not something we should joke about because there are people dying from it. I'm just hoping that I don't catch it because I'm almost in that group.
You're in the over 60s.
Over 60s and
that have other health conditions.
Well, as long as my pacemaker keeps on beeping, I'll be right. I can be alive but dead.
Alive but dead.
If you know what I mean.
Okay, so I've got the updated details on the coronavirus at the moment.
Yep.
So this is as of the 3:05 GMT.
Yeah.
Coronavirus cases in the world. There is currently 169,605.
That is a lot. Yeah, go on.
There has been 6,516 deaths. 77,771 cases of people recovering from this. We'll go down to countries.
Question.
Yes.
Once you recover from a bout of it, does that mean you never get it again, or you can get it again?
That means you're immune to the case or to the strain of that coronavirus that you had. If it mutates, then you're screwed. You could get it again. Same. That's why every single year there is so many new vaccines for the flu, because it has mutated so many times. And different areas in the world will have different strains in their vaccines because different parts of the world require different vaccines. Okay, so from the most country that has the most is China. They win with 80,000 cases. They have had 3,213 deaths.
Is Italy coming second, or
Italy is coming second, and they've got 24,000 cases with 1,820 deaths.
Really, compared to how many people are in China, compared to how many people in Italy?
Yeah,
Italy.
a lot more people have died.
I feel sorry for Italy.
Yeah,
because they're not the centre of it.
No,
I really feel sorry because we've got so many Italians in Australia.
They're
that we've grown up with as kids.
After World War II, a lot of people migrated from Central Europe to Australia for a new life, and we do have quite a large middle of Europe, Greek,
what would we eat
Italian.
if we didn't have them?
Well, you can't get any pasta in the pasta aisles these days. So, that's the Aussie Australian Italians that would make their own stuff. So,
if you've got
a bit of tomato sauce and some spaghetti, you're done.
You're going to make your own homemade tomato sauce.
Yep, their own homemade spaghetti. So Italy is coming in second, and then the next is Iran.
Really?
Yeah, with 13,000 cases and 724 deaths. I think that death toll should be a little higher from what it looks like.
Really?
Unless they're just not counting them properly.
Question: what are the figures from North?
All right, so you got North Korea, which is in between China and South Korea.
Yeah.
The next one in line, the fourth highest, is actually South Korea, coming in at 8,236 and having 75 deaths. Now, South Korea does have a good hospital system compared to the North Koreans, so I would suggest that all of those cases of coronavirus in South Korea, I would double it and add it to be North Korea's figure, and then whatever the percentage is for that.
What is North Korea's figure at the moment?
There is no North Korean figures.
Zero.
We don't.
They have no cases and they've had no deaths.
They don't give out those details
That's beside the point. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, they're one of those countries that do not tell their tales.
We should go to North Korea to live because there's no coronavirus there.
No, that's
Oh.
okay. You can do that.
Okay.
Then you've got Spain, Germany, France, the US, which the US has 3,777 cases with 69 dead.
What's Portugal?
They're a fair way down. So then we've got Switzerland,
Really?
the UK, Norway, Netherlands, Sweden, Belgium, Denmark, Austria, Japan, Malaysia, Qatar, Canada, Greece, Australia. Now, Canada has only just started to increase itself compared to where they were before. Australia only has 300 cases
That's
and
what-
5 deaths.
Yes.
That's at the moment. That's what we currently have. Which is quite...
And
Look, it's
there's not
quite...
very many of those actually homegrown cases. They're more
imports. They've come from overseas,
Somewhat
like our border immigration minister Peter Dutton, who was overseas and contracted it from meeting with I think Ivana Trump, and with those people and being briefed.
Yeah, but did he have it before he met with them or after he met with them?
After.
Okay.
And then supposedly came back and infected the entire Australian Parliament and our Prime Minister, who still wanted to go to the football on the weekend.
Can you believe that?
Mind blown. All right, so yeah, Australia is a fair way up the list compared to some of the other countries
Compared to what how many people we've got?
and the landmass. We don't have that many people for the landmass, but we are still quite close to China. So at the moment, 300 Australians spread over so many states. I know in Victoria we've got quite a few. We did have some import back from cruise ships that were actually infected. That were personally, I thought they should have been isolated in Darwin, where they actually came back to Australia.
Yes.
But no, they then shipped them back
everywhere.
back to all over the parts of Australia.
We have a perfect place to quarantine people, and they blew it.
Yep. But good on you, Australian government, for rescuing all the people out of Wuhan that needed to be rescued back to Australia and putting them all on Christmas Island at one of our offshore detention centres, and giving them a holiday on a nice tropical island paradise for
And yet
2
they
weeks.
still had people in that group complaining.
Those were the ones that came back from the Diamond Princess.
That's beside the point.
They were already cooped up for 2 weeks and then got told they had to stay another 2
They
weeks.
should be thankful that our government is doing that for them.
Yep.
Not complaining that, oh, we were cooped up and it was terrible.
Well, if I have to be self-isolated for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
I will
So
still
be
sit
it.
here and I'll still do videos for you guys. I probably won't be as great and grandeur as some of the products that we can do, but I do have a few backlog videos that we did today. Like today, we went out and I got
Yeah, and I can sit behind the camera.
Pizza Hut.
I can sit behind the camera and complain. Ah, you missed it.
I missed it. So yeah, so we did some videos today, and we've got some videos that we can still do. So
Yep.
it's not like you won't get any content from us, but the coronavirus has affected us here in Australia, and not to the extent as Italy being a full country lockdown.
no.
But I will give it to them. They do still persevere. And they still soldier on, because all I've seen
good.
on the news is them on their balconies doing aerobics
Oh, yeah.
and
Brilliant.
and seeing them singing
Yeah.
in the street. So singing from their balconies and having a good old time. That's the kind.
Rome therapy.
That's the kind of perseverance you see here in Australia too. You know, we always have the slogan of "she'll be right," and all that kind of stuff. But seeing the Italians do that actually gave me a smile.
Yeah,
I was quite impressed. But look, here in Australia, I think you'll have some people that will arc up about if we have to go into full lockdown. But at the end of the day, it's to save lives. It's not here it's not there deliberately to interfere with your life.
No.
It's there to save lives of people that that don't have the herd immunization. So it's like when you send your children off to be immunized. There are children, yes, there are children that can't be immunized, vaccinated on
because
things.
of medical reasons.
Because of medical reasons.
Yeah.
And it's called herd immunization. Yeah. And making sure that the herd is immune will save the lives of those others.
Of those that can't do it.
Of those ones.
And yet there are parents, not the children, the parents, who refuse to have their children immunised, putting not only their own kids but other kids
children's
in danger.
That's right. So look,
yeah.
my children are going to be immunised when I get them, and I'm all for making sure that everybody is safe. All right. Well, this has been an interesting daily vlog. I don't usually do these things, and it isn't usually this intense. But if there are subjects you like us to talk about, leave it in the comments field. Tell me about it. And look, if you've seen anything you like in these videos, make sure you do give us a big thumbs up. I don't usually do these daily vlogs like this, or sit-downs as much as I used to. But if you want me to do some more, leave it in the comments field. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Get notified when we do daily vlogs, by cooking with Craig, car maintenance. You saw one of my cars go bye-bye today that we have done a few car maintenance videos on. Check out Basket, where we had Pizza Hut today. And, my urban exploring, which the reason why I have, gas masks and so forth.
And you'll see me give more than just a 5. I gave
yes,
less
there was.
than a 5.
He's not number 5 anymore. Trust me. They were okay. Look, I'm not saying that these pastas are bad, but they're not like a homemade pasta. But they're still alright. I would still buy 1 or 2 of them. So if you've seen anything you like, make sure you do all those things. And until next time, see you in the next video.